Greetings, church. Today is Saturday, I guess the Sabbath, last day of the week. Saturday, the 9th or the 10th of July 2021, and I'm standing here in front of the not the Justice Center, but I think it's the City Hall in Portland, and I wanted to bring you up to date with what was going on. I'm finishing up my lunch here. My stuff is back there, and wanted to finish my lunch here. But anyway, wanted to bring you up to date with what was going on. Not a whole lot. Yesterday, I spent the day making double copies of Duclairon works. So I made about 370 pages, front and back. As far as anything else is concerned, the preaching, I'm not really doing a whole lot of that. There's not a whole lot of preaching ministry going on, except for me trying to catch up with the 2019 works. Today I have, I'm going to go back to FedEx to try to catch up and finish 370, 71 to however many I can make within the 3 hours that I have left. So as far as the ministry is concerned, that's pretty much all I'm doing. And once in a while, if the Lord asks me to preach, I'll preach, and the gospel or the word. I think the last time I preached the gospel was out of Matthew chapter 10, and I covered the entire chapter. As far as persecution is concerned, I'm still being raped, molested, abused, cut, pierced, my hair being chopped off. I got a new tent, a 5x7. They've already cut the bag that the tent comes in. This morning I was pierced like 10 times all over my body. My genitals still being molested. I'm still being pierced under the foot. I went to the police department to file a report at 6 o'clock this morning. This began about, I woke up about 5 in the morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and responding to the pain of what they did last night. It was the same thing the night before, and the night before, and the night before, and the night before. Every single night, this Haitian woman, Gabriel Franklin and John MacArthur and Jonathan Zabel, and if it's not them direct, it's the representatives of those people from Grace Community Church. They've got homosexuals lined up from here to Kingdom Come to entice. So as soon as my heart is enticed by either the homosexuals or enticed by the women, then automatically it's a redemption thing for this Haitian woman. You know, she's got to redeem the homosexuals because Kevin was enticed. Okay. They've got them pretty much in every establishment. Wherever you go, there they are, you know. And there's no running and there's no hiding. And it's hit after hit and sabotage after sabotage. The plan that I had made to leave the state, can't leave the state because I don't meet the minimum requirements. And the minimum requirements, it seems like they're changing it as they go along. They find out what I don't have. I don't have friends, I don't have family, I don't have church members whose phone numbers that I can pick up and call. I go to church and they're hissing in my face, they're shunning me. So in this area, there's just a lot of hypocrisy. You know, everybody's standing with John MacArthur and his daughter and the other members of that. To me, they're a cult. You know what I mean? MacArthur has become a cult, and they're like a Davidian compound to me. I don't see them as a continuation of the work of God and the Word of God. Anyway, this morning I went to the police department. I waited for 2 hours in the lobby for a police officer. I mean, officers were going in and out. They will not take the assaults, the physical assaults, the sexual assaults, the damage to the property as real report. To them, they've got Gabriel and John MacArthur and those people in the establishment. They have them in the on the property. So while I'm talking to them in the lobby, and it's not face-to-face contact with these people. They stay hidden in the background, and I don't ever see them. You know, they're put on an intercom, and once they're on the intercom, you don't see them. I mean, it could be decades before they ever come out. So the government has a system where they put people in a room somewhere, and by satellite, they I think it's in every single one of these buildings here. These towers, every tower that you see here, you see there's a camera up there. Every single one of these buildings, there is a place where they can put a person to hide, and the person comes out on an intercom. They don't have to be, the individual doesn't have to be in front of you for these people to come out. And I mean, they don't have to say much, they could just, and as long as you know the spirit of the person, just a few words, just the word no, it's enough for you to know that they're in the area. And if it's not them directly, it could be a person that has the same voice as them, the same way they use doubles. So this is what they, as a pagan and a homosexual community, are doing against me. And it's me against every single one of them, and they're not friendly, they're not amiable, they're not trying to remove me out of the situation. Homelessness is pretty much what they're using to oppress, to keep me down. If I try to get an apartment, they close the door. If I try to get a job, they close the door. So this is like a direct conspiracy and a direct hit against me as an African, against me as a foreigner, against me as a Christian. So I'm not exactly sure where it goes from here. For me to pick up and try to go back to Port-au-Prince, it would be like committing suicide. So that's part of the reason why I'm not at the top of my lungs preaching the gospel, because it's almost pointless to preach the gospel, because the gospel has no power over the sin that's in the hearts of these people. The power, the Spirit of God is not working to save any of them. There's still protesting in the city. You can see the protesters at a distance over there at the park. That's where their tents are. My tent, it's there for a week or so, and then after that they sabotage it and they destroy it, and I got to go ask for another tent, and the people get pissed off at the fact that I'm asking for a new tent, and it's not me. If I get an 8x10 or a 10x10, they start going nuts. They think it's my house. It's not my house. I don't live in the tent. I'm just lodging in the tent temporarily, and that's pretty much all that I'm doing until they get over this hump here. I just came back from Bank of America. Yesterday they were trying to, they sent an African woman to the bank to literally offer me sex in exchange for $3,000 indirectly. And I was just like, I lost it. I literally cursed the woman out and called her a whore because of what she was offering. On my way here, they came out again through the African American community. It's almost like every single day it's the same African community, the dark-skinned ones, who wants to offer me sex, and they're trying to get into my heart to sort of like see whether or not I want, the woman started serenading me. And I'm thinking, come on, are you people serious about this? But yeah, they are. They're pissed off people. They're pagans. They're unbelievers, and this is what they're doing. I'm not exactly sure how to put an end to it. I don't think I can. But it's me and the armor and the gospel versus what they're doing. And anyway, I just wanted to bring you up to date. I haven't gone any a step further or a step closer to putting an end to this thing. I don't think it's going to end this summer. I think it's just going to continue into the fall, into the winter. I don't think it's ever going to come to an end. As long as John MacArthur is alive, and as long as Gabriel Franklin is alive, these people are going to summon the Africans on one side and the European clan and homosexuals on the other to keep hitting. It's never-ending story. Kevin Duclairon will never get back on his feet again. I'll never get back on my feet again to continue my life and start my own family. This Negro have basically destroyed me, with her lust, with her hate, with her revenge mentality. And you know what? The thing is, I've never done anything to their family. I've never done anything to the MacArthurs, and I've never done anything to this Haitian woman. So whatever evil, demonic spirit that is in them, whatever wicked experience they had back in the 50s and 60s, for whatever reason, they felt that I should be the person to carry the torch in taking all the hits. And being that I'm not a family member to either side, then, they don't care. I'm not with the dark Haitians, and I'm not with the Europeans. So, I'm right in the middle here. A mix, not too light, but also not too dark, and whatever resentment they have, it's this way that they're pouring out their wrath and their hate. For what reason or whatever, I don't know. If you hear that it's a process, it's not a process. It's just a bunch of angry old people, an angry old homosexual, and an angry old fornicator who felt that I was vulnerable enough to take advantage of, and they took it. You know, the government gave it to them, and the government hid them. When they wanted to rape, they raped. They've been doing it for 40 years. When they wanted money, they figured out a way to get the money from Social Security or the money from a job. They got what they wanted. So this is what's going on in my end of the world. I think I probably said more than enough. So if you want to keep me in your prayers, perhaps God will have mercy and deliver me out of the situation. If not, then this is where the buck stops here. I'm sort of like a hostage in Portland, you know. Why? Because I can't do nothing. I can't come up. I can't go up. I can't do nothing. It's like you can't do anything for yourself as an independent person while John and Gabriel are here. I'm like, well, John is not my father, and Gabriel's blood doesn't run through my vein. Why is it? I mean, I'm a third family. I wasn't raised by Gabriel. I wasn't raised by John MacArthur. Why is it that I'm being made to be obligated to these two old people from two different families, two different races, when I have no obligation to them? You know what I mean? I'm insulted by the government. I'm insulted by the police department. I'm insulted by the Klan. I'm insulted by the African American community. I'm insulted by the churches that are here in Portland. I'm insulted by the Haitian community. And I'm like, I don't understand these people. They have a law, they have a government, and yet the law and the government does not protect me from what these wicked people are doing. You know what I mean? It's like, by now I should have been married, and I should have been an alumni of a seminary. How many men have graduated from the seminary since 1998? You know, and when I left Grace in the seminary, and I'm still wondering how the hell am I supposed to continue my life? You know. Anyway, New York have representatives. Nanuet have representatives. I mean, it's just disgusting. You know. Keep me in the back of your prayers, and tell it to the church what's going on. That this war is still being waged against me. You know, I can't move forward, and I can't go back. I can't go back to them, and I can't move forward to get on with my own life. So I don't know. So I guess the buck stops here at the age of 49. So whenever they choose to give it to me, that's when they give it to me. You know, I mean, they're not mother and father. So anyway, you guys have a blessed day, and keep reading the Word of God, keep the faith, and keep believing. God bless.